What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 80 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. Today, I want to talk to you about Nightwing, Better Than Batman. Tim Seeley, he's just getting right to the fighting words here. This collects the first 4 issues of the Nightwing series from DC Rebirth, as well as issues 7 and 8, and the Nightwing Rebirth one-shot. This skips issues 5 and 6 of the ongoing series because that is part of the Night of the Monster Man crossover. And this is about Dick Grayson transitioning back into a life as a superhero. A little bit before the DC Rebirth stuff started, he was part of this secret spy organization called Spiral, trying to take them down from within and eliminate the corrupt elements from that organization. Now he's no longer with that group. Now he's back to being Nightwing, and he is working undercover with the Parliament of the Owls, which is a spin-off organization of the Court of the Owls. And he's working with this guy, the Raptor, who he's not sure if he can trust this guy. He has 1 foot in the dark and 1 foot in the light, as the Raptor says. And Nightwing is trying to find his place in the world. He's trying to figure out what he would do, because that's very different than what Batman would do, or what Batgirl would do, or what the Raptor would do. And like I said, it's him transitioning back into a new period of his life. And he's trying to figure some stuff out, trying to find his place in the world, and that's kind of partly why this book is called Better Than Batman, because a few different points in this book, the Raptor is trying to retrain Nightwing, because he says that everything Nightwing learned from Batman was wrong, and so he's trying to turn him into a better partner for himself. And this book is very interesting. I like quite a few of the things about it. There's just a couple of things about it that I don't really care for. The one thing that I don't really like is that this has the Court of the Owls in it. I've never really liked the Court of the Owls. I don't find them to be very interesting. Fortunately, they are not the primary antagonists of this book. They are present in the first 2/3 of the book, but even then, they're really just background noise. They're not really the main bad guys of the book. Spoilers for this book. If you haven't read this book, I'm going to be spoiling some stuff. The main bad guy of the book is actually the Raptor. And it's very interesting getting to see him bounce back and forth between, can we trust him? No, we definitely can't trust him. Or maybe we can. Nope, just kidding. We really can't trust him. It's very interesting getting to see him kind of move back and forth in this book. And by the end, I really like this character, but there's just a few things about him that I wish that they hadn't done. First of all the things that I like. I really like his talk of rebranding, and how Nightwing is just an extension of the Batman brand, and how he himself, the Raptor, he gave himself a superhero vehicle and a superhero logo so that he could cash in on that superhero branding, even if he himself doesn't consider himself to be a superhero. I really like all that stuff. That's incredibly interesting here. I really like the stuff about this guy trying to take Dick Grayson back to his roots. In the last 2 issues here, when Dick finally realizes, no wait, I really can't trust this guy, he is very angry at Bruce Wayne for taking this poor kid who had nothing and then giving him a silver spoon and basically ruining Dick Grayson. I really find that to be very interesting here. It's incredibly I don't think I've ever seen anyone really tackle the issues of poverty in the character of Dick Grayson. I'm not sure if I've ever seen anyone really delve into that with this character. I'm sure someone has, and I just haven't read it, or I don't remember reading it. But this is something that should be at the forefront of Dick Grayson, because he grew up in a traveling circus with nothing to his name, and then he gets adopted by Bruce Wayne, and suddenly he could have anything he wants. And the Raptor, we find out that he is connected to Dick Grayson's past, and that's kind of where I stopped enjoying what this book was doing. I really like the character of the Raptor. I really like all the stuff that he's about. I don't like that they try to connect him to Dick Grayson's mother and the circus that Dick Grayson grew up at. That's the one thing that I wish they hadn't done. I think that you could have done everything about this character and just say that he's from a different circus, and that he's not from Haley's circus, and that he didn't know Dick Grayson's mom. I think you could still do all of the stuff that you do with the character here and not have that connection to Dick Grayson's past. I don't think it's necessary. I think it kind of gets in the way of what this book is trying to do. But other than that, I really loved everything about this guy. I really love that this book is giving us a new villain for Nightwing. Most of the time, it seems like when Dick is in his own solo title, he's just borrowing villains from Batman. I really like that we're getting a new villain for Dick himself, and I would really like to see more of the Raptor in the future. I'm not sure what else they could do with him, but I would really like to see more done with him in later volumes. Another minor nitpick I have, and this may be something that was addressed in the Spiral series, but when the Dick Grayson Secret Agent series started, everyone in the world knew that Dick Grayson was Nightwing, and I don't know how everyone in the world didn't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman if they all knew that Dick Grayson was Nightwing, but apparently everyone knew Dick Grayson's secret identity, and then when this book starts, nobody in the world knows that again. And I don't really know how that's a thing. It doesn't really go into it. It kind of sort of references the fact that Dick was a secret agent for a little while, and it even references the fact that he has his secret identity back, but it doesn't go into explanation about how he has his secret identity back. And I've only read, I think, one volume of the Dick Grayson series, but I really would have liked to have known, okay, how does everyone in the world not know that he's Dick Grayson anymore? Did you do like a mass hypnosis or something like that? I would have really liked to have just had a quick little line saying like, hey, how did you get your secret identity back? Something like that I think would have been fine. But overall, I really like this book. I would give it an 8 out of 10. If you are interested in seeing Dick Grayson getting back into the groove of being a superhero, this is definitely a book that you want to see. Me personally, after reading this, and I read Grayson Volume 1 a few months ago, I would say that I actually like him as a secret agent a little bit better than this. That's not to say that across the board I prefer him as a secret agent. I actually really like the early days of him being Nightwing, but just here, I don't think I like this as much as Grayson Volume 1. But that's not to say that this series is tainted or anything like that. I think that it can get better, and it probably will get better starting with Volume 2. I think once we get past the transition period of him going from spy to superhero, this series will get better. But just comparing this to Volume 1 of Grayson, I think I do like Grayson better than this. And they're both by the same author, Tim Seeley, with different artists. But I really like this series anyway. I think it's very good, and I am looking forward to seeing what else these guys do with this character in the series. So that's about all that I have to say about Nightwing Better Than Batman. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with a different kind of video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.